Harry, congratulations on the win over the champions. But for you personally, what does it mean today to become Tottenham Hotspur's all-time leading goal scorer?
Yeah, it's hard to put into words, you know. Just a magical moment, and you know, I was so desperate to do it with a win as well. I wanted to win so bad. Once we went 1-0 up there, it was just about, you know, keeping a clean sheet, and yeah, to do it in front of the home fans, just a moment I'll never forget.
You say it's hard to put into words. Your face seems to say it all. Did the enormity of it hit you then? What a great moment it was.
I think so. I think, especially being here at home in front of the fans, it was just, there's been so much talk about it over the last couple of weeks, and I just wanted to get it done as soon as possible. So to do it in a big game against one of the best teams in the world, yeah, it's just a special feeling.
Does it make it even more special for you, the fact that that's 200 Premier League goals now, and you're the fastest to do that? Only the third behind Shearer and Rooney, but you're the quickest to it.
Yeah, no, it's a great feeling, you know. When I started playing regularly, you know, 8, 9 years ago now, you know, it wasn't even in my imagination to score 200 Premier League goals. So, yeah, to be there now is just exciting, and, you know, I've got plenty more years left, so hopefully a few more to come.
And how does it feel, that feeling, compared to that very first one against Sunderland 9 years ago?
Yeah, it's amazing, you know, back when Tim Shearer gave me my first start, and I was so desperate to make an impression then, and to score and win that was just a start. And then a lot of hard work between that game and with Maurizio and all the coaches, so just, yeah, a magical feeling.
And lastly, the fact that you've overtaken the great Jimmy Greaves, what does that add to it? A hero here?
Yeah, no, a complete hero, one of the best strikers to ever play the game. So even to be in that company is a special feeling. So to overtake him, yeah, I'm sure his family will be watching and they'll be proud as well. So yeah, just overall a really good night.
A fantastic achievement. Well done, Harry.
Cheers, thank you. Cheers.
A rightful name mention for Tim Sherwood there. For Harry Kane, who, reminder, gave him his full Premier League debut in a Tottenham shirt. He responded with a goal, and here we are, 199 Premier League goals later.
Incredible achievement. Congratulations to Harry. Very proud of him. You know, he's for a boy who wasn't a podium player, you know, by any means. You wouldn't stick him up there as a gold medalist to say he's a certainty. You know, like a Lionel Messi, when you first clap your eyes on him, you think, wow, there's someone who's worked at his trade, got better and better. Thank goodness that Mauricio Pochettino took over for me. He'd already rehearsed Harry. He already showed he could do it. But a lot of other managers wouldn't be brave enough to keep him in there. But he was. He kept him in there. He developed along the way. He got stronger and stronger, got better players in and around him. And he's gone on from strength to strength. But, you know, from that first moment when he earned the right to play, I remember telling him on the Friday morning, you're going to play tomorrow. He looked at me as if to say, about time. You know, I know he wasn't fazed. And he took the opportunity with both hands. And look, to break that, Jimmy Greaves is an all-time legend at Tottenham. But there's no bigger legend in that football club than someone who's one of their own, which is Harry Kane.
And just give us an insight, because you worked day in, day out with him before that debut as well, before you were the manager, of the hard work, the hours, the repetition that this guy has put into his game.
Well, I think that's what the kids out there who are watching have to realise. He's not born. He's born with physical attributes. He's not born to be a goal scorer, you know. And you have to work very hard, and you have to listen. You have to want to learn all the time, and learn off your team has a massive influence on his development. He used to watch how he developed and wanted to improve himself. And Harry realised that there was no time to waste on the training field. He never wasted one day of his career, and he still doesn't on the training field. He realises every day is very important to the trade for moments like that, you know, where he can deliver. It's become second nature to him now. When he's fit, Sean mentioned he has injuries. He's had to bounce back from the injuries. But what he does, he works very hard to get himself fit, and he studies the opposition, and he works with his teammates, and he realises where he can get better, and look what he's achieved. It's incredible.
It is. And Christian Eriksen actually assisted his very first Premier League goal. And as we touched earlier on, he's not a Michael Owen or a Wayne Rooney who burst into his hometown club at 17 and stayed there ever since. He had 4 loan spells away from Tottenham, and they didn't all go his own way. He really has done it in a different way, hasn't he? A different route.
Yeah, he's definitely done it in a different route. But I think all those loan spells that he did go to, it might not have been loads of goals that he scored, but he's come away from every loan with something different, whether it be strength, whether it be protecting the ball, whether it be finding little pockets so he's away from bigger people that might be able to move him off the ball. But as he's come back, all those things that he's learned, on top of what he's learning from the players he's played with, the managers he's played under, he's kind of put that all together. And for me, I never saw Kane until, the last 3 years as a sort of Teddy Sheringham sort of player who will drop in those pockets and pick out those passes. But these are all things that he's picked up. And now, I wouldn't say he's the final product, because I still think he's got a lot more to give. But I would say he's kind of moulded everything he's learned, and you're seeing it. Last year, he was dropping too deep. Everyone was saying he's got to stay higher. This year, he's higher, and they're still getting the same goal return from him. So for me, you can see he's just always improving, and you can see he always takes on board what the managers and the coaches tell him.
You can't always, when you're at a club like Tottenham, you can't always come out of the youth team straight to the first team squad. He had managers at the time who weren't prepared to give him the opportunity because their head is on the block. You know, they have to win football matches. They didn't trust him. But he went out on loan, so it was the best thing for him after 18's football to go out and play some competitive football. So he went to Orient, he went to Millwall, went to Leicester, went to Norwich. Not one of them managers thought he'd be a player. In adversity, he has become a Premier League player. No one backed him. You have to get backed as a kid to make it. Someone has to put trust in them and the faith to say you're good enough and give them the opportunity. I always say it. How do you know anyone can sing until you put them on the stage? He was put on the stage and he can sing.
Harry Kane, only the third member to that exclusive club of 200 Premier League goals, 8 behind Wayne Rooney, who also reached 200 against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, and 60 behind Alan Shearer. But he is 2 games quicker to 200 than Alan was in his career. So almost 9 years ago, one Tim Sherwood gave Harry Kane his full Tottenham Premier League debut. Could you have dreamt on that day that he'd get 199 more?
No, not even worth thinking about. Obviously, I knew that the boy had the ability to play in the Premier League. A lot of other people doubted him, but I felt that the demands, what he puts on himself, and the work rate, what he does every single day, he deserves all the accolades what are coming towards him, because to be the top scorer of such a great football club says everything, and he's not finished yet.
What about the way his 200th goal came about from Manchester City's point of view?
Well, it's the same as the first game. I think overplaying sometimes. I think here, Ederson, we say he can kick it, but he doesn't. Crap first touch then, to be honest with you. And then they keep the ball and they play it out wide here. And I was wondering before, once he has full control, he can actually play that back to the right-back position. Yeah. He goes inside. And then when Rodri sees him before, he's there. But Højbjerg reads it. Rodri's head's already down, and then once you get in a box and the ball lands to Harry Kane, he scuffs it in, but you don't expect nothing more from him. You know he's going to finish there. And I think if you see Pep's reaction, before it even gets to him, Pep's hands are on his head. But we created our own mistakes again, just like the first goal in the game 17 days ago. Yeah,
Rico's been playing in midfield. I mean, we said he would. He's not a left back, so he's been trying to be the extra man in midfield. But he put himself on offer there. He's offered it in a very straight pass into him, centre of the goal. Højbjerg smells blood, just drives in, outpowers him, muscles him off the ball, and then the rest is about Harry Kane. His movement, and just looks at the ball all of the time. Offers the pass in there. First time finish, scuffs it past Ederson. But it was coming, overplaying again. The first goal at the Etihad when they won 4-2, they got an uphill task now. They're at home. Tottenham are at home now. It's going to be a different kettle of fish. I expect Kevin De Bruyne. We said it in the first game, Steve, didn't we? We expect him to come on, but I think now he has to come off the bench. Look at that goal-scoring record. It's incredible. The great Jimmy Greaves. Did anyone think anyone would surpass him? Well, the great Harry Kane has. Yeah, and brilliant for him to do it at home, 2-6-7. And as I say, he is chasing Alan Shearer's all-time record, 60 behind the all-time Premier League goalscorer, who has taken to social media to post this message. Congratulations, Harry Kane, on passing the great Jimmy Greaves record at Tottenham. Also, Wayne Rooney and I were wondering where you've been. Well done on joining the 200 Premier League club. Well done indeed, and that goal is the difference. Although City were a whisker away from equalising just before half-time. Riyad Mahrez has got 7 in his career, actually, against Tottenham. Yeah, and the ball comes across. That's one thing we haven't done enough, is put the ball in the box, but it comes in.
And he could have took it first time, but he trusts in his touch so much, he took the extra touch, and he gets such a clean strike on it. And he's really unfortunate because it doesn't come down quick enough and it hits the crossbar and goes out.
But that's the best chance I think we've had.
I was watching it, I thought Romero might have got a touch there, but he does well. It's the first time we've seen Riyad. You know, we were such a danger in that first game, wasn't it, at the Etihad? He's not been in the game enough, and nor has Jack Grealish, and certainly Erling Haaland hasn't. And I think there's one common denominator towards that. No one's getting them the ball. Bernardo's taking too many touches. Bring Kevin De Bruyne on if you want to win this game.